Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a close look at the Australian bushfire. Australian bushfire is considered as one of the major catastrophes in the current year, 2020. These groups of fire has already gone through 3 months and it killed over 1 billion wildlife, including 8,000 koalas that are severely endangered. It also had killed 24 people and 3 firefighters as well. So now let's discuss what have started this fire and why isn't it going off despite the firefighters' sacrifices and the government's investment towards illuminating the things. The fire had started at 20th of November when the electric transmitter got malfunctioned. This had instantly burnt down 5,000 lands of hectares, including 11 homes and thousands of livestock. Rapidly, these fires had spread all across the Tasmanian terrain, leaving multiple towns to get destroyed. But there's a question here. If those bushfires are meant to occur at every period throughout Australia, how did Aboriginals, the traditional people living in Australia, still survive despite the fact that they didn't have any technology to stop those fires? The answer is quite simple to be said. What the Aboriginal had done is that they have already burned down those areas surrounding their shelter. So you might think that this is a totally stupid idea, but this is how the Aboriginal had defended themselves from the deadly fire that occurs in Australia. So the logic behind this is to start a fire, you need fuel, oxygen, and an ignition source. So in this situation, the fuel was oil from eucalyptus, leaves from various plants, and the tree barks. And by burning those oils, leaves, and tree barks prior to the unwanted bushfire, these fires will be much less effective. So this is called backburning or fuel reduction burning. This method was used all across Australia before invasion of Europe came in place. So why weren't the Australian government doing this in an active manner? First reason for the Australian government to not commence those actions in an active manner were that they had never expected this catastrophe to occur. This assumption was quite reasonable because they thought that since there are a bunch of deserts in the middle part of Australia, they believed that even if the fire occurred, the fire would only spread across the coast of Australia, and they also thought that they were under control of it. However, the reality was quite different. The fire, supported by the extremely hot weather, had shattered every bit of land in Australia. Therefore, as Gladys Berejiklian said, we need to prepare for the worst. Scientists and bushfire experts said that unless a huge rain rains, it would be really hard to turn the fire completely. So it would take around several months to fully extinguish them. Now let's talk about the negative impacts that the bushfire will possibly create to the ecosystem. Since almost 90% of the wildlife koalas has been eliminated from the Australian ecosystem, a lot of eucalyptus will be left untouched. Therefore, Australian government will potentially invest a fair bit of money to control the population of the eucalyptus in place. Also, since a lot of kangaroos died in the fire, the population of the grass will dramatically increase. This occurrence will trigger a lot of foreign species to reproduce fastly, and to possibly make them to win the competition with the native animals. So now we know that Australian bushfire had not only gave damage to the economy, but to the ecosystem as well. So if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe and put thumbs up to it. Thank you for watching this video.